I have to praise Disney sing along songs Topsy Turvy for its selection of films because there are quite a few films in this that I just did not expect to feature in any of the Disney sing along songs, so that really works well in its favour. However, I feel like the songs it chose from those films were not really the best choices and not really that interesting. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this. There's occasionally a theme of togetherness, friendship, family, but not enough that it's through every song. So they could have definitely just chosen other songs and it would have been a little bit better. But never mind, I did enjoy the experience of wondering what song would be next, and I appreciate the variety in some of the films here. So, as always, I'll just go very briefly through the songs, share what I think about them, and whether I think it works well as a complete package. But I think so far, of all of the sing along songs I've watched and reviewed, I think this one's probably the weakest. It was released originally in 1996, and of course, it starts off with Topsy Turvy from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not the biggest fan of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, so I don't, talk to too many people about it, so I'm not really sure if this would be considered one of the best songs from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'd love to know what you think of it, if it's a song you would have chosen. I don't mind the song, but I don't love it that much. But obviously, I was aware that this song featured going into it based on the fact that it's in the title. We then have You've Got a Friend in Me, which is from Toy Story, of course. Brilliant song, beautiful film. Really pleased to have that one in here. And then I was quite surprised to see Stand By Me, which is Timon and Pumbaa. And I've reviewed this one separately quite a long time ago now, so I won't go into too much detail, but I love it. I love this rendition of this song. I think the animation with Timon and Pumbaa is fabulous. It's just really brilliant, and it seemed like this was getting off to a good start. And then we have a song from Oliver, which I was delighted about. I'm definitely of the mind that Oliver is today one of the most underrated Disney films. It doesn't get anywhere near the attention it deserves. 1996, obviously not so much the case, but they chose the song Streets of Gold. And I'm not overly familiar with the song, but it is a good song. But definitely, I can name at least three songs from Oliver that I would have preferred. Well, I can name at least two. Once Upon a Time in New York City, if they wanted something lively, Good Company, if they wanted something a little bit more mellow, and Why Should I Worry, which I love, absolutely fantastic. Maybe some of those feature in other Disney sing along songs. Maybe they have and I've forgotten about it, but I definitely didn't think Streets of Gold was a great choice. We then have the Dwarfs Yodel song, or the silly song from Snow White, which is fine, not a bad song, not my favourite from Snow White, but I think it is quite a popular song. It's one that I do see coming up time and time again on compilations and things, so I can see this one being a hit with some people, just not me personally. We then have Out There from Hunchback of Notre Dame, and again, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Hunchback. I think I watched it a lot as well. I had the VHS as a child, so I'm assuming I watched it a lot. But as an adult, I've only seen it, I think, once all of the way through as an adult, actually. So it's definitely not a favourite. There's nothing wrong with it, I should point that out. I don't hate it. It's just not one that I ever latched onto. So the song's fine, but it didn't, speak to me personally. And then, much to my surprise and delight, we have one from James and the Giant Peach. Such an amazing film. The song they chose is Family. Now, to be honest, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's a bad choice, but I also don't love it, but I don't know which song would be best. So I'm fine with it. Just having any James and the Giant Peach in there and having the animation on screen and watching it, it just made me happy. So the song itself, I'm not that bothered about, but any excuse to watch James and the Giant Peach, I love it. And then we have, before we finish off with Topsy Turvy again, we have the Unbirthday song from Alice in Wonderland, which, of course, is an absolute delight. And I would say would I say it's the most popular song from Alice in Wonderland? I think I would. I think I would, but I could be wrong. But either way, that's obviously a very strong, very well loved song. So the songs that I actually liked in this, I'd say You've Got a Friend in Me, Stand By Me, and the Unbirthday song. But even the songs that I didn't love, we do get clips from films that we don't see that often, such as Oliver and James and the Giant Peach. So I have to praise it for that, but I still think the song selection could have been a little bit better. I should point out I watched um, the US version. It's just the version that was online. There is an international version which has some different songs, apparently, including Father and Son from Aladdin and the King of Thieves, On the Open Road from a Goofy movie. Neither of those songs I care about. We also have Mine, Mine, Mine from Pocahontas, Sing a New Song, Forget About Love from Ariel's Undersea Adventures and The Return of Jafar, respectively. And then apparently the fabulous, gorgeous What's This from The Nightmare Before Christmas, which would have been lovely. But nevertheless, we got James and the Giant Peach with this one. So I enjoyed it enough. But as I said, I think it is the weakest sing along songs. I also just don't feel like they were great songs to sing along to. Okay, I did sing along to Stand By Me. Absolutely did. But the rest of them, I didn't find myself singing along to them. You've Got a Friend in Me, maybe a little bit, but in general, I wasn't enthusiastic about joining in the sing song. So for me, not the best, but a couple of good songs in there, and I do praise the film selection. So I guess I can't complain too much.